Have you ever eaten a dessert and then been like, wow, I suck. Wow, I Hey, Katie Ryan's registered dietitian here, and who doesn't love talking about relationships? Well, get excited, because talking about lovers, friends, the gray area when it's complicated and you don't want to put a label on it yet, these all come into play when thinking about our relationship with food. Just like in a healthy relationship with your lover, you wouldn't want to have anxiety around them, be afraid of them, or rely on them to make you feel happy, right? You also wouldn't want them to make you feel ashamed, guilty, or overall not good enough. If anything that I just described sounds like your current romantic relationship, make like a burglar and get out. Before I go into how this truly relates to food and how to really practice having a healthy relationship with food, I want to make it very clear that it's so important for us to take responsibility for our self-worth and what our value really looks like. And with that, I want to show you a demonstration. This is a $20 bill, okay? As you can plainly see, it is a $20 bill. So the value of this, it's worth $20. You are so stupid. You're crumpled up piece of I spat on you. What the hell? You'll never be good enough. Nobody's ever gonna care about you. Every guy that texts you is just, they don't even care about you. Your hair looks so stupid. You are so fat and ugly and worthless. I can't believe you ate all of that. I can't believe you showed up wearing that outfit to that party and you thought you looked good, you freaking idiot. How much is this worth? No matter how many times you spit all over yourself and talk crap about yourself to yourself, no matter what, you are still priceless. Your worth is not determined by anything outside of yourself. You are valuable no matter what. No matter what your weight, grades, productivity, appearance, you are worthy of feeling supported, understood, and truly honored and loved. We have got to take responsibility for treating ourselves that way. Supporting ourselves, honoring ourselves, having compassion for ourselves, no matter what. And then when someone comes along and isn't on our level, ain't no lie, baby, bye, bye, bye. Yeah, bye-bye, bye. Okay, so how does this all relate to food? Far too many people are looking for the best ways of eating instead of the best ways of being. It's all about the ways of being, not the ways of eating. Ways of eating include fad diets like keto, or you could even say, yeah, vegan is a way of eating, or low carb, high fat, no sugar, like those are all ways of eating. Versus ways of being are things like confident, happy, fulfilled. How are you being fulfilled? See how those two are different. We want to practice honing in on our ways of being. Food is really just food. A donut is a donut. A banana is a banana. You get to create a wonderful or a horrible experience around food based on what ways of being you are practicing. Like, let's be real, we don't see things exactly how they are. We see things how we are. Say a guy compliments you, you could think to your head, oh my god, yay, that's so sweet, what a nice guy. Or you could think in your head, wow, what a jackass, he's just trying to get some tonight. All based on how you are. Everything that is going on around us, including this food, what story are we creating around this? How can we reframe this and practice a different way of being around it? What ways of being have you been in the past that you want to let go of, that you want to stop being? Maybe being judgmental and insecure. Just like with romantic relationships, somebody who knows their self-worth, who knows their value, who knows their amazingness, whether or not they are treated well by somebody outside of themselves, we also know for sure that our amazingness does not falter depending on whatever the heck we ate, or how much we ate, how quickly we ate, or what the hell is going on with whatever the hell we ate. Our experience of guilt and shame and overall disgust with ourselves does not make us any less amazing. You are awesome. Still, get that through your head. How to deal with these feelings of horrible, overwhelming guilt and shame? Thank you, body. Thank you, miracle of a body, for being able to experience these feelings at all. If we didn't have any feelings of anxiety, of depression, of guilt around food, if we never experienced those feelings ever, then yeah, maybe we would eat donuts for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it wouldn't faze us, and then we would just get really sick and probably die really young of heart disease or diabetes or something. Know that our anxiety and our negative thought patterns or whatever that we beat ourselves up, sometimes these are actually amazing red flags for us to take action to make a change. So let's take a deep breath. And have so much empathy and compassion and understanding for these feelings that we're having. It's like, oh my gosh, yeah, of course I'm feeling upset about eating all this much, because I've been programmed my whole life that I'm supposed to not eat that much at one time, because all of these advertisements, because blah, 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 blah. Have so much compassion for the guilt that you're feeling. So much marketing and so much money has been put in to you feeling guilty around eating a certain way, so that you'll buy a certain product, so that you'll do a specific diet regime and give someone outside of yourself the power of your own happiness. But the truth is that you don't need that product. You don't need to be confused about your nutrition or whatever to feel good enough and to feel happy. So give yourself some time to sit with those thoughts and recognize, like, as if you were talking to yourself like you're your own child. It's okay. I understand where you're coming from with these thoughts and these feelings, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful because now you get to have the experience of practicing having compassion for yourself. And the more that these negative thoughts come up now you have a broader perspective of how this is happening for you. This is really, really teaching you to flex that muscle of acceptance, of compassion, of true love, and truly what it is to show up for yourself and love yourself like your lover is going to, like your lover does. The more that you are able to show up for yourself and sit in your own discomfort and have compassion for your own shortcomings or whatever it is that comes up, this is so important for any kind of healthy relationship. Because if your lover, if somebody beautiful that you love, your best friend in your life, is going through a really hard time, are you just going to, yeah, beat them up and tell them they suck and tell them they're not good enough and not be able to sit with them and have compassion for them? Is that going to be you? Are you going to be somebody who is that just not empathetic at all and just kind of brush them off? Or are you going to show up for them like you're able to show up for yourself? We can only meet people as far as we're able to meet ourselves. So if you're still not comfortable having compassion for yourself, this is your sign. This is so necessary for you to practice right here, right now, to notice every time that you're hard on yourself and that you beat yourself up. It's really about time that you take a deep breath and give yourself a moment and recognize how beautiful and incredible you are. And as if you are cuddling your own thoughts in your minds, nurturing those thoughts in your minds like a mother, like a true best friend, and allow this to happen for you to have the experience of practicing having compassion. And this is a practice. It doesn't happen overnight. So be patient with yourself. Yeah, having these habitual thought patterns totally rewired so that we cheer ourselves on instead of beat ourselves up, and come from a place of inspiration and love when choosing food choices and having true food freedom. It does take time. It takes practice. So just planting the seed now and knowing we don't know the germination period of this seed, how long it's going to take to blossom into a beautiful flower of complete food freedom. However, the seed is planted now. So water that seed with beautiful thoughts and it will grow, and you've got to trust that it will grow as long as you keep watering those beautiful thoughts, those beautiful, beautiful seeds of compassion and trust and understanding for yourself. Remember, whether it be these feelings of guilt, shame, or fear around food, or that person cuts you off in traffic and this freaking door keeps opening and screwing up my video, all of these things that come up, maybe it's people who do us wrong, maybe it's a boss who's rude to us, whatever it is, these things could totally be happening for us to practice a certain way of being. So I want to be somebody who reacts calmly to situations. I want to be somebody, that way of being. People who do me wrong are allowing me to practice not taking things personally, are allowing me to practice noticing how hurt people. The door that keeps slamming is allowing me to practice patience and allowing me to practice figuring out problems and seeing what I can do to fix things. And if everything was going perfectly all the time and I didn't have any negative thoughts come up, I wouldn't get the experience to practice being more patient and more empowered and more confident. I wouldn't get to flex those muscles if life was just easy all the time. These feelings are truly happening for you to practice self-compassion, to practice having a healthier relationship with yourself and with food and with your lover and with money, and the list goes on. I also invite you to notice what limiting beliefs you might have around food. Just like I mentioned earlier with this idea of marketing campaigns and everything getting us to believe that we need certain foods or we need to try certain diets and all of these things, it's possible that maybe you think that a cookie is really bad, okay? So somebody who truly has a gluten allergy or a gluten sensitivity could eat a cookie and really break out in a rash and have a horrible, horrible stomach ache. Whereas somebody who has a limiting belief around food that gluten is bad, maybe they can actually eat a cookie and, I don't know, enjoy it too. And get rid of that limiting belief that cookies are bad and just have it be just food. What limiting beliefs do you have around food right now? Maybe it's a good idea to write a list of all the beliefs you have around food and recognizing, are these serving me? Are these actually doing really good things for my health and my well-being? Or are these causing obsessive thought patterns and making me not enjoy life as much? Is your inner voice a good manager or a bad manager? Have you ever had a manager in the past, I know I have, where they really only see what you're doing wrong? Like, you'll be putting so much effort into whatever this task is and feeling so proud of yourself for so many things, and then the one time you don't pick something up, they notice and they're on your ass about it. That's a bad manager. A good manager is somebody who acknowledges you all the time for the great work that you're doing, and then once in a while, when necessary, they will give you constructive feedback. Who are you more inspired and excited to do good work for? Yeah, the good manager, the manager who's giving you praise. It's the same thing with us in our own heads. Who is your inner voice being? Which one do you think is going to create the most productivity in your life? Do you think that beating yourself up and pointing out your flaws, being a bad manager, is going to really inspire you to make positive change? Definitely no. Having so much praise for how beautiful and amazing you are and all of the awesome things that you are doing, that is where the inspiration to do more is going to come from. And that is when you'll really, really see yourself blast off into outer space feeling like $1,000,000 all the time, okay? Because yeah, how could you possibly feel that good when you're beating yourself up all the time anyways? It's just not gonna happen. So we gotta be our own great managers. I also want to dive into some brief science around overeating and weight gain, and really what is the fear around this. So let's be real, it really takes a long time of consistent overeating or undereating to actually see any significant changes in physique and with our weight. If 1 pound is equivalent to around 3,500 calories, it's really gonna take at least a few days of overeating that much food to actually see a pound of fat gained or a pound of weight gained. And that's going to be pretty hard to do because just sleeping alone, people burn calories like just by doing absolutely nothing. Just know like you have to really overeat a lot consistently for at least a few days before you actually see weight gain. Also, studies show that our bodies really do want to have homeostasis or balance with our weight and with our metabolism. So when we are overeating or when we consistently overeat, our NEAT, our non-exercise activity thermogenesis, also goes up. So that means that we accidentally, just by like fidgeting and little things, our bodies want to stay at homeostasis, which means balance. Our bodies want to stay at the same weight. Our bodies don't want to be gaining all of this weight. So accidentally we'll be like moving around a little bit more, and the activity thermogenesis will cause more calories to be burned. Is this super significant long term? Absolutely not. Like obviously weight will still be gained long term, but after just one binge or one cookie, it's like, it's so insignificant. If you step on the scale the day after a binge, it's not going to be that you gained 3 pounds or whatever. It's going to be that you have some water weight in you. Maybe you feel a little swollen, maybe you feel bloated. All right, a lot of that is definitely going to be due to water. So give yourself some compassion, some empathy, take a deep breath, and it's like really truly relax, because it's not going to happen that after one meal that you're instantly going to gain all this weight and totally crush your progress. Just having one very healthy meal does not make you all of a sudden a very healthy person. Just like if you're already a very healthy person, just having one splurge of an unhealthy meal or big dessert is not gonna all of a sudden make you a very unhealthy person, okay? These things do take a lot of time, so be patient with yourself and know that this is for life. Like, what ways of being do you wanna be? Do you wanna be somebody who's obsessive about your foods, every single thing that you eat, and gets caught up in your head? Or do you wanna be somebody who's able to have a cookie when you go to a party and not think too much about it? And maybe some people eat 1 or 2 meals a day, some people eat 6 meals a day. It's whatever works for you and makes you feel happy and balanced and at peace and is in alignment with what your goals are. Some people love calorie counting and counting macros. Some people hate it. Some people would rather just eat whatever they want. Some people feel at peace eating this way. So, like, really, it does not matter what exactly it is. It's who the person behind the practice, how are they being? You could see somebody just eating fruit for breakfast, lunch, and dinner and think that's an eating disorder, when in reality, they don't really think too much about it. They just feel really good doing that and it's amazing. Versus somebody else eating fruit for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, maybe they're super obsessive about it and they're so up in their head about it all day long and they're so afraid to eat anything else. That's all they want to eat because they're just terrified and they hate themselves and blah blah blah. It's really hard to diagnose an eating disorder and to see these things because we can't see. Dietitians, like doctors, nobody can really 100% see what's going on in your mind around these practices. So it's up to you to seek help if you feel like you need help. It's up to you to truly feel like you want to and are able to take responsibility for what you're going through and make sure you have the help and you have the support that you need. You have absolutely everything within you to do anything you set your mind to and to have a vision for yourself that is better than the situation you're at right now. I know that you're capable of anything and overcoming any challenge. What ways of being are you going to be to practice improving your relationship with food? What steps are you going to take? What actions are you going to take? Please let me know. I would love to hear from you and I would love to help you on your journey here. Last thing I want to say is please do be gentle and patient with yourself with these practices that I've mentioned. It does take years and years of reframing and noticing the negative voice in our head and like relentlessly reframing it and being like, okay, this is happening for me. I'm going to practice having compassion for myself right now. I'm really going to practice drawing in that gratitude and just ways of being that I want to be. It does take practice. At first, we start to notice the negative voice before we can even start to reframe it and change it. And we can't expect to change the way our brain is wired and to change the way we think and the way that we see things overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day. This is not a instant, quick process. You are already the person that you're striving to be. How do you drop a pen? You just drop it. You just let go of those thoughts and feelings that aren't serving you and really just practice. Just try being a different way of being. Have fun with this, all right? Let's have so much freedom and fun in this life, yeah? So what ways of being are you being? I'm gonna go be productive and focused editing this video for you. I hope you liked it. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the little bell to be notified for all my videos. I hope to see you slide in my DMs and comment below. Have a beautiful day, all right? Let's go after it. Bye.